never satisfied. That is like so hard for him to understand. It really is. It's funny. I think it's funny. Hey guys, Vera Sweeney from Lady in the Blog, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that I wish my husband knew. And I've been married 16 years, so I would assume that he would know these things, but you know, I just think that men have a different perspective on reality. And so I thought this video would be really great because I feel like other women probably feel the same exact way, and then we can just sort of like be like, hey hun, here's what's up. So I just went to get my hair done, and you know, I had like to get my roots all taken care of, and they blew it out, which is fine, but I don't consider that me time. Like, that's not fun. That's not something that I find joyful. Like, I don't, like, to me, getting my hair done, getting my nails done, getting a pedicure, those are like chores. Like, I don't enjoy salon, pedicure, manicure. Those are like hours out of my day that I could be doing other things, but I'm forced to do these things to be a certain way. So I'm forced to work on my roots. I'm forced to get my nails done whenever I have a gig. I'm forced to get a pedicure whenever it's sort of summertime. So those are like sort of expectations, society expectations of me. And so no, it's not pleasurable for me to go get my nails done. I sort of like resent the whole thing. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't think so. But I'd rather use those 3-4 hours to get my hair done and then my hour to get my manicure done. I'd rather use them being with my children or working or like literally anything else in the universe. So when I need downtime, I don't want to count that as my downtime. That's not downtime. Rule number 2, my thing number 2 is a lot of the stuff I do is online. So I shop online. I just started recently getting my groceries delivered online, and while there is an upsell to those things, there is such a convenience factor to them that yes, logically it costs more. But if you look at the time that I'm saving by doing these things online, because they're pretty much automated by the time that you can just reshop your list over and over again, I can basically go food shopping in 5 minutes. Whereas if I go food shopping in real life, it would take me over an hour because I'm driving to the supermarket, doing all the stuff, bringing it home, etc., etc. You have to say, okay, fine, it's costing an extra $7 a visit or whatever the story is to get these things done. But overall, I'm saving sanity and I'm saving time. And time is more valuable than money if you look at it from me, from a mom of 3 who basically is building a brand from her house. I run several different businesses. I mean, YouTube is just sort of like a side thing that I do. So I don't like to fight about those things, and we tend to fight about them a lot. So I'd rather just say, here and now, I need my time more than I need the money, the $8 that we're fighting over. Rule number 3, thing number 3 that I want to talk about, what I wish my husband would recognize and realize is we all have vices, and my particular vice is Starbucks. I'm somebody that goes to Starbucks every single day. It's like a vitamin. If I don't get it, I'm in a panic. I am absolutely obsessed with Starbucks. There is no 2 ways about that. And sometimes I go twice. Sometimes I'll get 2. And that's okay because I'm spending money on Starbucks. I'm not spending money on cigarettes or heroin. I'm not spending money on illegal drugs in the corner. Like, I'm literally spending money on coffee and tea. So like, okay, like I'm spending $4 to $8 a day, which is excessive. I know it's excessive, but it's my one thing that I do in my life. I really don't do a lot of things. I'm not somebody that has a lot of habits. And, you know, that's sort of a big pleasure of mine. That little thing that I do every single day brings me this much joy. Like, it's this little, and you know, in my check, it looks like this little, but it gives me this much happiness. So I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight about my little stinky drink that I have every single day, sometimes twice a day. It's okay. That's number 3. And again, I know that adds up. I know it adds up, but my happiness is greater than the little money that I spend on these things. So I have to look at it that way. Number 4, women like to redecorate. So no, I will never, ever be satisfied with the way that my house looks. That's hard to accept. That's hard to hear. And that's hard to understand as a logical person. Like if you're a logical person, if you're a logical man, and you're hearing a woman say, you will never be satisfied with the way that your house looks ever. And you're like, are you really mean that? And I'm saying, I absolutely mean that. I will never, ever walk into my house and go like this. I'm done. I did it. I hit the nail on the head. Every room is done. I don't need a pillow. I don't need a throw. I don't need a frame. I don't need a new candle. We are all set in this house. That will never, ever happen. I go to Target or I go wherever I'm going to go. I come home with something. There is something that's coming home because it needs a little more. I need some more flowers. I need a new candle. I need a new scent. You know, whatever the story is. There's always going to be extra layering involved in the house. It never satisfied. That is like so hard for him to understand. It really is. It's funny. I think it's funny because to me, I understand it. Like, of course I'm not ever going to be happy with my house. I always have to add a new doormat because it's a new season or whatever the story is. I'm keeping society going. I'm helping the world by putting money back into it, you know? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And then the last one, I had it, and then I just, oh yeah, the last one. I almost forgot it. The last thing, one thing I wish my husband would understand, but he does not understand. If I go into a store with a list, I'm not just buying that list. I'm not you. He can go to a store and I could be like this, babe, we need milk, we need toilet paper, and I need, can you get me a Vaseline? I need a Vaseline. We ran out of Vaseline. He'll be like, okay. And he'll come home literally with a milk, toilet paper, and Vaseline. I'm like this. I'm going to go and get toothpaste, babe. I come home with $400 worth, you know, like prints for summer. And then he's like, did you get the toothpaste? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I went to the store for. I totally forgot. So we are so different. You can't give me a list and expect me to stay on, I can't stay on task when it comes to shopping because, you know, it's like the casino. Like you go into certain stores and you're walking around and it's like there's no windows and they're pumping oxygen in there and I don't know, there's like big signs with like 35% off and I didn't realize I needed a new clock, but like there it is, and then I get sort of confused. So I come home and I'm just sort of like, okay, I mean, I did it again. Like it's almost like I'm like possessed. Like I walk in and something takes over me and then I come home and I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do again? So that whole thing is, if you don't like that, like if you're very against that wasting of money, that nonsensical way of going into a store and just aimlessly burning dollar bills as I'm walking up and down the aisle, then I can't be held responsible for those sort of things. I can't go into stores. Thus, why I like to shop online and go get things like that, because then I don't see things. I don't want to see the aisles. I need to be like a horse. I need to walk down and be like this. I need conditioner. And then if I go to Amazon, it's like, I need conditioner, one conditioner, Amazon Prime, see you in 2 days. I didn't buy anything else. If I go to a store to get conditioner, I'm coming home with $150 worth of like new crossbody bags. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So those are my things. And I've tried for 16 years to tell my husband that this is who I am as a person. And, I think he's in denial. Like he doesn't want to admit that this is who I am. So he keeps pretending and he keeps being so shocked. Like I come home with a Target bill that's like $200 over what it should be. And he's like, how did that happen? I'm like, you know how it happened. I'm sick. You know how that happened. So that's it. That's my video. I wish my husband would learn these things. I wonder if your husband's the same exact way. Let me know if he is. And until next time.